Wait, you know who would host?
Who?
Your voice.
Welcome to Squid Games, the challenge.
Yeah, I could do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck Andy Cohen.
Yeah. With the mask on?
Yes.
With the mask on?
When did you start to wet the bed?
I would watch that.
Is your mother in the audience tonight?
Oh my God. Please, powers that be, make that happen.
Who spit on your cookies?
So satisfying.
It just why is yours more masculine than
I don't
mine?
know. I've always had kind of a dude sound.
Right.
And on the contrary, you've always had a bit of a feminine
I don't think
sound.
that's. I don't know. We wouldn't go both ways.
I don't know.
I think it's you'd have a rasp.
I do have a
life
rasp.
experienced rasp.
Yeah.
That can only be brought on by years of hard drinking,
Booze and smoke.
cigarettes.
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
It's a
Whereas
voice.
me,
Yeah.
I have a more virgined vocal
Yes.
cord.
More angelic,
Yes.
unpopped cherry type voice.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Where I'm still waiting. Like my voice wouldn't do well in prison.
Probably not.
No, I mean it's better than it used to be. It used to be several octaves
Yeah,
higher.
like I can't imagine what you sounded like pre-puberty before your voice changed. Like it had to have been like a chipmunk.
It was so most people couldn't hear it.
Yeah?
Yeah, very octaves.
Is he speaking?
Yeah,
Or
I don't know.
is he squeaking. Is that like one of like the worst things that happens? Like it's gotta be, even though everyone knows it's happening, I feel as though it's gotta be mortifying.
What, going like full Bobby Brady?
Well, just kind of, just going in and out of squeaking and like.
I guess. It wasn't difficult for me, probably because my voice never changed. So I never had to deal with
My
it.
voice changed and not much shit.
Right. Well, I mean, because the college years were hard years for you.
They were.
No, my voice never, well, I mean, my voice changed, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that, like, weird squeaky. I think for guys, they stink for a while, right? Because they don't, like
they smell?
smell bad. Like, because boys,
Just smell.
well, yeah, and they don't put on deodorant. They don't, like,
Well, isn't that your parents' job to be like, you stink? Like
I guess, but.
Keegan his pits don't smell, but those feet.
Feet. The feet of the first.
Like, how could a 7-year-old's feet smell like that?
Right.
How is that?
Well, he goes hard in the paint.
He does.
Yeah. But you don't, like, smell them and go, like, oh, but it's, it's
No.
my Keegan, so I like the
No.
way it's gross.
I do not like. Okay, my mom told me when I had a baby, the first child, when I had Parker, that I was gonna like the way that her poop smelled when I was breastfeeding. She's like, it smells like caramel a little bit, and I was like, I'm not gonna smell it, and I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah. Because
Like-
if it smelled like caramel, like,
I'd be sniffing that shit all day long.
you put your finger in it?
Yeah, she just said when it's like, but that was
Was
a
that
lie.
true?
No,
No.
horrible lie.
Yeah, no. I don't remember the baby's
I'm sure you weren't.
feces ever smelling like caramel.
Have you ever even changed a diaper?
Of course I've changed diapers. Actually, that when we first had our son, the nurse came in and Jess was taking like her first shower after giving birth and staying in the hospital. She's like, I can finally get out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shower, and the nurse came in with the baby, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll make sure it's fine. Like it's gonna
I'll
lay
make sure
there.
it's fine.
You don't connect with that baby right away.
No, you don't.
Now, best of friends.
Right, I
Then,
know.
it's okay, right? yeah.
This thing.
Yeah. Do skin to skin. Like,
you weren't into that?
well, I'm still trying to figure out what our vibe even is,
Yeah, right. What are we gonna connect on?
But I knew, like, the nurse goes, and you can change his diaper if you want. And I went, oh my God. Like, it didn't even occur to me that, no one's going to do that.
Yeah,
this is my responsibility.
He doesn't know how to do that on his
I
own yet.
would never have even thought, I have to change his diaper. And so
How'd it
I'm
go?
like, all right, I'll do it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like there was an option not to?
I didn't think of it.
Oh, good
I had no
Lord.
idea. And so I'm changing the diaper, and I can hear, like, I'm going, like, I'm making sounds.
Right.
Because things are happening.
Right.
And Jess is in the shower going, is everything okay out there?
What? Give me a sound. Like, give me like an example.
Like, ah.
Okay.
Everything's fine. He's peeing on me.
Yeah.
Because, I'm trying to, and then like he's peeing on me. I'm trying to fold things. I'm trying to angle him. There's pee running down the sleeves of the hoodie that I'm wearing. I didn't take it off. Like when Jess got out of the shower, it was like I was the one who had been through war.
Yeah.
And going, but fresh diaper.
Fresh diaper. Did it. Somehow
Clean
made it out
baby.
to work. Yeah.
Clean baby.
Ish. Clean-ish.
Clean-ish. It's clean.
Its thing is clean. Yeah, the boy's just pissed right in your face.
Right in your face.
Yeah.
Right. And he loves that story now.
Oh, you love to tell him that.
Well, he loves to. He goes, Dad,
Tell me.
did I ever pee in your face? You know you did, buddy.
You did all over the place.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it comes up.
Yeah.
But the caramel thing
No, it's not.
was never. So it's the stinking. I think that's the general thing for guys. And also, like for me, probably the most awkward thing was not like coming to terms with the fact that this is happening.
Okay.
We're going through changes. We're becoming an adult. And so I did like go through probably a month where it's clearly you need to start shaving that mustache. The trash stash.
You had like trailer park, like just light
Whiskers.
wispy whiskers. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was to the point where it was like gross looking.
Yeah, it's real like looking.
Yeah, and so finally,
And you hadn't even probably kissed anyone, let alone anyone.
no, not yet. That was years away.
Yeah.
So
You got a minute till that was gonna happen.
yeah. But yeah. So that I don't think I ever really had a problem stinking,
Yeah.
but I specifically remember like when I was in maybe 7th grade, our music teacher, who was cool, she was the one cool teacher.
Yeah.
She would stand up in front of the class in the beginning of class and goes, "All right, everybody, I want to teach you all a lesson that's even more important than music.
Okay.
When you put your deodorant on, the whole area, it stinks in here
For real?
every day. Not just whoop, the whole
A few slathers.
area.
Few slathers.
Yeah, she was like, enough of these, not prepubescent, but just starting pubescent boys.
Do you think that
stinking up this room?
Do you think it was like multiple people or it was
it
one?
was multiple people?
Okay.
Because it was through multiple periods. She'd be like, "Oh my God, I just had to open the windows in the last period. Now it stinks in here again."
Oh my
The
gosh.
whole armpit,
Real good
all of
swipe.
it.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, these are hard lessons.
Yeah.
And did you get the talk?
I got my only talk was when two people love each other so much they want to hug as tight as they can.
What?
That's what my mom told me. Meanwhile, I told Parker, you put the P in the V. And
You've
then-
already had the talk with her.
Well, she walked in on us banging. So I had to talk about it.
What were you guys doing?
We were having.
Wow.
Well-
the funnest thing you can do.
Well, she also thought that like babies came out of the belly button. So I was like,
you don't want
no.
to sound like an idiot.
Then she asked if it came out the butt, and I was like, "That'd be real cool," but it doesn't. There's a little area between there, between
Yeah.
the belly button and the butt that the baby comes out.
What's the third guess?
So she, I said you put the P in the V, and Matt was so uncomfortable, and he was sitting there, and he was like, "And then there's seminal fluid," and I was like, "What? Why'd you just say seminal fluid?"
He wanted to contribute.
That was his contribution. It was the worst contribution of all time.
Sure. No, I can imagine that.
I've never said seminal fluid, and neither have you ever in your life, in any moment.
Why would you even say? You don't even have to. You could say the sperm or something. You don't have to mention the
Seminal
fluid.
Ugh. Like I just.
She's gonna go to elementary school talking about seminal fluid.
Someone asked me, but then what did you say? Like, if a man puts his penis in a woman's vagina, and then what? And I was like, well, I'm not going to be like, and then pulls it out, and then puts it back in, and then pulls it out. I go, that's good for her. That's all she needs to know.
Yeah.
She's 9.5.
Right. She doesn't. So did you? I mean, was this recently that you had to talk, or did you have to do it a couple years ago?
It was like 2 years ago.
So
maybe.
she was 7,
Maybe
8, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was really because push came to shove. She walked in and said, "What the hell's going on in
Remember
here?"
after she
It was the unlocking the door
she
thing.
She picked the locks in all her rooms. So she walked in on a blowjob and she walked in on the banging. The blowjob, I pretended there
We
was
were
a,
wrestling.
there was a boo boo and I was kissing daddy's boo boo.
Yeah.
And then,
Where was it? Go to school.
What's wrong with us?
Look, here's something you also have to keep in mind. You live in the city.
Yeah, man.
Your family has grown from just the two of you
Yeah.
in a pretty nice size apartment to like the walls closing in.
we're
Like
there.
there are no secrets in your apartment.
No, it's all about the seminal fluid. now.
That's right. That's right. Everybody knows about seminal fluid in that apartment.
Is that even a thing? Is that like if you Googled seminal fluid?
Of course, it's a thing.
Okay.
but it's not a. It's like a thing that you might learn about like in high school health class,
Like in a science textbook, it would
Right.
say that, but not in the normal everyday vernacular. You don't say seminal fluid, asshole.
No.
Sorry, I can't even. I'm so angry that he said that.
Of all the men that you've been with, have any of them offered?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, jizz, cum, baby goo, throat yogurt. There's so many other
Throat yogurt.
things
Sure.
to say
Sure.
that are not seminal fluid.
Yeah.
That are just way cooler.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can't even think of any other ones right now. I think I gave you a good little list.
You know, you started whipping
Yeah,
through them.
yeah.
And you can't expect yourself to like that's not gonna last forever.
One of my favorite pastimes, seminal fluid. You know how I love it.
Throat yogurt is what it is. That's what they call it. Throat yogurt. Well, I'm glad things are good.
They're good.
I'm glad it seems like things are great, honestly. Things are real good. We were talking last week about this Squid Game show.
Dude,
and
did you see it was just renewed? We're getting season 2.
I feel like since like in the last week, all of a sudden, and maybe it's because they were uploading the episodes slowly.
Or they started listening to and watching Satisfying.
Could be a satisfying. It could be the satisfying bump. That's what they call it. The satisfying bump. But yeah. Like I'm up to. I can't stop watching the show.
I know, and I promised you that I would watch this absurdity, and I didn't. But I'm gonna do it for you. I promise.
And I'm sitting there, right, and I'm up to like the last episode. I haven't watched the last episode yet, but I'm up to the final 3.
Is that loser who pisses his bed gone?
He was gone right away. He
Oh, it was.
couldn't get that umbrella out the cookie, not to save his life. And by the way, after we posted that clip, I heard from somebody on Instagram that messaged us saying like, yeah, I was on that show.
Yeah.
And that fuck made me have to carve the umbrella out of the cookie. And I didn't make it because of him.
And then didn't I text you or DM you like that they've got those cookies at Costco? Now we have to get them.
We got to do it.
We have to get them.
They're probably going to be really popular because apparently this reality show is hugely popular. Move over a little bit.
Oh God, I'm always blowing
There you go.
it.
There you go. No, you're mobile.
Okay.
So not only is it getting a second season,
Okay.
it's getting a video game.
Oh hey.
Which honestly I can see like the games playing via video. There is a video game application.
Yeah,
to
and
this.
it's something that I think will make more sense than a reality show because there
Dude.
are video games that are very violent.
This game show, the further that I go into it,
Yeah.
and there's something about it. It's the downfall of humanity.
This show,
There's no way if aliens came
right?
and they were like, look, guys, this isn't a personal thing, but we're here to destroy the human race. And we were like, do not. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Come on, we love you guys.
And then they were like, look at this show.
yeah, this is why you need to be
There's no way you could argue.
right.
You'd have to go like this. All right.
All right,
Yeah,
just-
that's it. We did it.
End us.
We pushed it as far as we can possibly
Yeah.
push it. This show makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I've watched 9 episodes. You can't stop.
You can't.
They're an hour long each. I spent 9 hours of my life watching this show.
So,
I'm going to spend another hour watching the finale. It might be 2-hour finale. I'll watch it.
do you think they'll do a reunion like they do with a lot of reality shows? Because I feel like that could be good.
It could be good, but it's maybe.
Like I want that loser on there, and I want people to like just tear him down and
That's
be
true.
like, you loser.
But keep in mind, it starts with 456 people.
Yeah.
Like you can't reunion 456 people.
You don't reunion people.
I reunion people all the time.
Just reunion them. They reunite for a reunion.
You can't reunite 456.
reunion people?
That's just a thing that I said.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll go with it. My bad.
You can't do that.
Okay, so we're not gonna reunion them.
And I mean, yeah, it's like, and the drama is so weird. Like it's not that you have enemies.
Right.
It's more like these people are LARPing and they're acting like friends that they make on the show,
Right.
which couldn't possibly, there's no way they've known them more than 3 days.
Right.
Right? This isn't like a show.
Is there any
didn't-
romance? Is there any
No, 'cause-
fuckies happening?
No, they all stay in one room.
I mean,
That'd be wild.
I mean, there's
That would be great.
right.
That would be great if they were just fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
That would make them reunioning
And,
way
better.
more interesting.
Then I would want to reunion them for sure.
Okay.
And have the other people in the bed. I don't know. I think they were having sex last night. I don't know why they were doing. What are those guys doing over there? You know, they like leave the mic. What are they doing over there? What are they?
Oh, he's just kissing. She's just kissing his boo boo.
Why are they in the same bed right now? Are they building an alliance? Oh, they're doing something much worse. But they're like,
wait. You know who would host?
Who?
Your voice.
Welcome to Squid Games, the challenge.
Yeah, I can do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck Andy Cohen.
Yeah. With the mask on?
Yes.
With the mask on?
When did you start to wet the bed?
I would watch that.
Is your mother in the audience tonight?
Oh my God. Please, powers that be, make that happen.
Who spit on your cookie?
Yeah, I would want to do it. I would want to do it for sure. Yeah, they're down to the bottom 3 when I'm looking, but like these people react as if their friends that they've just met 3 days ago are dying. Like they're crying as they're eliminated from the show.
Right.
And I'm like, just see them after the show.
Yeah.
You'll be done with this in a couple of days. You'll see them. If they're your friend,
Yeah.
I can't believe he's out of the game. There's only one winner.
Yeah. It's not a forever reality show.
I mean, it's just a wild thing because, like, it's the same emotion as the TV show.
Yeah.
But on the TV show, yes, one person's going to win millions of dollars.
Right.
But everyone else is going to be dead.
Right.
Those stakes are so high. Like, I'd be so bummed out if somebody that I just met,
died,
I'm getting along with them, and it's like, you could eliminate them and you can win, but they're going to be dead now. Yeah, and it's like, whoa, that's real heavy. These guys, it's like, yeah, they just go home.
Like a color palette or a color packet exploding is just, I mean, you could just throw it in the wash. Like there's nothing to cry about.
And then they go, the color packet explodes. And they were doing it when they were playing marbles. The color packet explodes. And like they're sitting there, right? Because in Squid Game.
How do you play marbles?
Well, there's all these games. And it's made to look like a childlike games.
Right.
Except they're deadly consequences.
Right.
So like they do this thing in the show where it's a very sinister thing they do. They go, everybody pick a partner, like your best friend. And everybody's like, yeah, let's be partners, dude. Let's be partners. And then they get a sack of marbles. And then they go into this like neighborhood that's been built within the Squid Game dome that they're in. And they go, okay, all you partners, you each have a sack of marbles. The 2 of you are going to play any game you want to play with the marbles. The loser's eliminated.
Oh, so you're not.
So you're just like.
You're just losing your best friend right there.
It'd be like if you and I were in the Squid Game and I was like, yeah, let's be partners. Of course. We're the best of friends. Except then they were like, now you guys are going to play marbles and the loser's dead. I'd be like, what?
Would you try to save me? Would you sacrifice yourself to save me? No, you wouldn't.
No, especially not with the money on the line.
Right?
Certainly not.
Do they play like jacks and like silly shit like that? Like what are they?
Well, I mean, the majority are like, they just dig a hole because it's dirt, the floor that they're on in this area.
Yeah.
So they dig a hole and they go, whoever gets the marble closest to the hole wins.
It's dumb.
Right, and that's
boring.
what I'm watching this.
Yeah, I know you.
And I'm like,
and I'm like being forced to.
who is going to get the marble in? Right? And I'm not even watching the version with the consequences death.
Right.
They're just not going to be on the show anymore.
You know, there's probably some country that's doing this where the consequence is actually death, and they have people sign something that be like, I'm okay that they could actually die. Like they would never do that here in the U.S.
Yeah, you can't legally.
But I feel like there's a country
Certainly.
in this world that it could do it.
And I'd like to see that version of the
I'm
show.
sure you
I think
would.
it'd be very interesting.
Would it?
Well, the stakes.
Yeah.
Just think about the stakes.
Stakes.
Every show needs stakes.
Yeah.
But then even in this like marble game where the emotions, like I can't figure out what I'm watching.
Right.
Because the emotions are supposed to be real high, right?
Right.
Because you're watching best friends now. One of the pairs is a mother and a son. And you're like, okay, like if I'm suspending disbelief, if I'm falling into this reality show world that you set up for me,
Yeah.
I believe that these people are friends.
Right.
And I'm falling into it, right?
Right.
And then at the end, one of them gets eliminated. And you're like, whoa, that's heavy. Like, oh, man, they really
Right.
didn't want to eliminate each other. But then the last thing is the ink packet goes off, and the one that gets eliminated goes like this.
I think that's the part
And
that
I'm
I'm
like,
most looking forward to seeing.
What are you doing that for?
Horrible death acting.
Oh, my God. And then I find out something even, like,
What?
nuttier. That's why this show is, like,
Nutty.
it's such... It's everything that's bad
Right.
about us.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, if you and I were on that set, would we, like, play dead and go along with all these rules?
No, we would just be making fun of everybody in the corner.
I would hope so.
We would just be pointing and laughing.
What a fucking dork, huh?
Loser.
What a loser.
Lame-o.
Oh, the ink packet killed you.
Oh, you want me to lick your cookie? No.
So, yeah, I'm not looking for cookie.
Cookie.
Weirdo.
Also, if you went in, like,
Piss the bed.
there are really like moms and sons or like friends. Like you got to go in, maybe not say it on camera, but be like if you make it, let's split this. Like whoever makes it.
Right. Oh, and this mom is a psychopath.
Oh.
Right? Because she's older, obviously. The son's an adult.
Right.
And I'm going, well, clearly, when this is presented to you, the mom's just like, all right, I'm going to step out. Like, you got this, right?
Peace.
And they go, like, they're having this talk, and they gave 20 minutes to play the game. So the first 10 minutes, they're just, like, kind of talking and going, like, well, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
And then the mom goes, you know, I was raised an athlete, and I was an athlete all through schools, and I'd love to just step aside, but I'm too competitive. And, like, she plays, like,
also,
hard.
Is there anything competitive about, or not competitive, is there anything athletic about this game?
No, of course, it's throwing a marble, but
shut up.
She wants to win.
I hate her.
Like, she wants to win so
What's her
badly.
name?
I can't remember.
Come on.
Anne.
Oh, fuck Anne. Bitch.
Yeah. She wants to win.
And you're not that athletic.
And then she goes like this. And besides, if I just let him win, what would that accomplish?
Like he's a kid trying to teach him a lesson. He's a grown man.
He's got facial hair.
Yeah.
He's like his armpits stink. He's a grown-ass man.
Unless
okay?
he puts all
the whole area. Yeah, no. I'm sitting there going like, he's not.
Yeah.
Like, do you think later in life, when he's in his 40s, he'll go, you know, I would quit right now, but I remember playing Squid Games as an adult with my mother.
Ugh.
You know what? How about this? Teach this a lesson. Don't go places with your mom when you're an adult.
Also true.
Don't do a reality show with your mom.
Do you think the people that like work on the producers and all the like the people behind the scenes just sit around and laugh at these fucking dorks?
Of course they do. And also like these puppets.
Yeah,
they're puppeteering all of them.
totally.
I find out, right? So there's one game in Squid Game called The Glass Bridge. Okay. And these aren't spoilers because it's in the show.
Okay.
Right? It's not just in the game show, it's in the show that came out 2 years ago. But the glass bridge is you've got 2 rows of panes of glass.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And on each side, there's a right side and a left side.
Yeah.
And only one in each row won't break. One sugar glass.
But you don't know which one
Right.
it is. Okay.
One sugar glass, one's real glass.
Right.
And on the show, it's this super elevated raised platform.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 25 people. And they have to cross the whole way one at a time.
So it's got this like Russian roulette vibe that like one is gonna fuck you.
Yeah, because like the first person
Only no real death like in Russian roulette.
So in the show, it's like some people are getting sliced up on their way down because it's broken glass. Shards of glass are hitting
for
you
real?
on the way down. It's like you see how far the drop is. They're
I
all
thought
dying.
everything was like you got shot. I didn't think anything was like gruesome like
sure,
that.
Sure.
See, this is why I'm happy I never saw this.
It
that
rules.
show's not for
It
me.
rules.
Of course you think it rules. You are a freak of nature.
On this show, on the game show, you can see it. There's like a hinge on the glass, which is fun. Like obviously they're not going to shred people. No. There's both of them have a hinge, but only one side's going to open.
Right.
Then I'm talking to WWE superstar Johnny Gargano.
Of course you are.
And he's like, we're talking about this show. He's like, we're watching. Yeah, he was like, no. We were up till like 3 o'clock in the morning watching this show. You can't stop watching.
I'm watching tonight with Matt.
I was like, yeah, you can't. And he goes, did you hear about the glass bridge? And I go, no. And then I looked up an article to find out if what he was saying was true, and it is. It's the lamest thing ever. It's going to ruin the episode for you. Okay,
ruin it. Just do it.
Okay,
give it to me.
So you've got these 2 rows, right?
Wish you had a chalkboard right now. Okay.
Right, you got these 2 rows, and they're walking one at a time, right?
Got it.
So you're like here, maybe, and you got to get up here.
Yeah.
It's either here or here.
Okay.
So you jump across.
Oh.
And then you got to see if that's going to break or not. In the show, if it's going to break, there's a 1 second pause, and then it opens and you fall. And you're like, it broke. And then everybody reacts like, oh, no, he fell. Oh, no, somebody that we were on the game with, he fell down.
When he falls, does the thing explode?
It opens.
No, but does the color packet also explode?
No color packet. No color
one.
packet in this
Got
one.
it.
Good
Just
question.
checking.
Great question.
Thank you.
No color packet on these. But it opens, he falls. You don't see where he falls, but he disappears.
He's gone.
What the article said and what Johnny Gargano told me is that the reality of how they did this was they jumped to the next panel.
Okay.
And then a PA system goes up going, that player's eliminated. And then a stuntman walks up, replaces the player, and then it opens, and then everyone reacts like their friend just died. It's so weird because it's not a movie.
But why does he know that? Why does he have the inside info?
Because he said he saw it in an interview, so I looked it up, and the producers like explained it like it was that's just a regular thing that would happen.
I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors, man.
The whole thing. Which I mean, okay, we can't be, but that like. That's why you.
Yeah, it really right. Like,
but then you. Like, so everything about this is like
lamer and lamer.
But you can't stop watching.
No, I know.
And I've watched all of them.
Not with your wife, just you alone.
She falls asleep.
Okay, because it's that boring.
She's pregnant.
Okay.
The baby needs rest. She needs rest.
Right. So fuck Squid Games.
Right, but
you're in.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. I've seen 9 episodes.
Oh my god.
And it's like everything about it is like this is psychotic.
Okay.
We're not a great species.
No, we're a horrible species. But you didn't need to watch this show to know that.
And it's manipulative because on the show, people start working together.
Right.
Like it's not we're at each other's throat show. As the show goes on, in the beginning a little bit, but as the show goes on, there's a real cohesion that starts to happen.
Right.
People really team together. The beauty, the beauty in human beings starts to come out. Like people, but it's still a display of just how phony
we all are.
The whole world is.
Yeah.
Because none of this is real.
Everything's a farce.
But they're acting like it's real, but not under the pretense of we're acting.
Right.
You see?
Because you're not actors, guys.
You're not actors.
No.
And you don't have to do this.
No.
You just signed up to be on a game show.
I know.
It makes no sense. I'm so perplexed by it.
I know.
It's the oddest thing I've ever seen. And I'm so glad there's a season 2.
And you're more.
And they probably paid a lot of money for those sets. So they're probably looking to get, like, it's a really elaborate show.
I know, you said.
So they're probably looking, they're like, if we can do a season 2, we can use the same.
I know we discussed this maybe last time, but is it as enjoyable for you as Utopia was, that show?
Maybe it's the same vibe. Maybe it's that same thing in me that I'm like.
What is happening on my screen?
Right. Like the more I think about this, the more I'm like, there's something far greater going on here, and
Don't
we're not.
You also just feel like a cooler person? Like I'm not. Like,
no, because I'm like, you know what? I probably would if an ink packet went off. I'd probably be like,
oh.
Yeah, no. But that's the other thing.
Is there tongue? Do they do that?
I'm sure a couple of them. So stupid. But like. Can we say we wouldn't? We can judge from afar.
I don't know if I would. It's kind of like when someone says, like, if someone offered you like a sick amount of money to do like a tampon commercial,
like $600.
No, like serious money.
Oh, geez, well, I could use the 600.
I mean, we all could, but I mean, or to do something that's like a yeast infection cream or something. Like, how low would you go? It's kind of that kind of thing. Like, this is low, this show, but it's for a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's for a chance at a lot of money.
Would you do like a hemorrhoid cream commercial if they paid you tons of money? They paid you.
Of course.
You would?
I got kids.
You'd be fine.
I don't care.
You don't care?
Nope.
To be like, oh, I have
How much money?
I don't know. Let's say like a couple $100,000.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a hemorrhoids?
Yeah. Oh, thank God I got this cream. My
Big balloons of skin hanging out of your asshole.
Yup.
And this cream helps it. And I just take it on my finger and I swirl it around those balls of skin.
For fun. That's exactly what a hemorrhoid is.
I don't know. I've never.
You're very well versed.
No, well, Matt had surgery for hemorrhoids.
Surgery?
Oh, you don't even know.
Your husband had surgically bad hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Like to the point where modern medicine said this is a huge problem.
Yes. Oh my God. He said it used to be like anytime he went to the bathroom, it was like someone slaughtered a sheep. I don't know why he chose sheep.
They bleed a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very bad. And there's all different things they can do. I don't know why I'm sharing this.
It's important information.
All different things they can do. And all the ones that they tried didn't work. They weren't strong enough. So there's one where basically, if you look it up, they basically drill a hole in your ass.
Oh, no.
It's like a screw kind of thing. He was.
Was he out for it?
Yeah, but then afterward, the pain, I've never seen a grown man cry like that.
He cried.
Yeah. Like, I found him, like, in the bathtub like next morning, like...
Fetal position?
Yeah. Yeah, like he
Ace Ventura?
Like, identical.
Ace Ventura.
Identical to that.
Except instead of...
Plunging his face.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my
So
gosh.
if you have hemorrhoids, try everything in your power not to get, unless they paid him a few $1 million.
Bro, for 500 grand.
Yeah.
Not only would I do the hemorrhoid commercial, but I do one of those like radio tour things. Like, you know, when they have like a big celebrity that comes in, but is really just promoting like soap or something.
Right, but you take them because they're a huge celebrity, but they are there to promote something you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. I go like, yeah, I'll do a radio tour where I just go to different radio shows and go, yeah, man, my hemorrhoids were so bad, but this cream made them better.
Yeah.
Keep paying. Keep
I
paying.
don't think
Doesn't matter. Don't care.
Really?
Don't care.
And like, I feel like I'm so someone who would like sell out, but like, I feel like there's a line for me. Like, I don't think I could ever be like, yeah, I have a yeasty vag, but not when I use this cream.
Because you can say not anymore. So it's not even embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Not used to is fine.
Even just telling you in this fake scenario
Right.
that I have a yeasty vag, but
Right.
I use this cream because my vag is not yeasty. But
Yeah,
like,
right.
no, it's fucking perfection. Okay, 0 yeast. No, but honestly, like I can't even say that and be like, yeah, I could do that. I would never be able to do it.
I mean that would not be my breaking point at all.
I don't know.
Like there are moral things that I wouldn't do,
Like?
or causes I might not agree with, but like medical things about my body.
Yeah, it's gross, and there's gross and embarrassing things about your body.
I'm gonna tell you something. There are benefits to the fact that I was not born with the ability to use my aesthetics to get ahead.
Like what?
Okay,
Like, yeah.
so because of that, I don't have to worry. I'm like, oh, if I say this, people won't find me physically appealing anymore. That's not a concern.
Yeah,
Because it's never been a thing.
Yeah, but it's not. There's physically appealing, and then there's just gross.
Yeah, I think you're big deal. Okay.
No, like
Because I go like this. They go, oh man, I saw your yeast commercial. I'm not sexually attracted to you anymore. I go, were you before? They go, nah, not really. I go, okay, fine. So we're in the exact same spot, but I got money.
But even though it might be like a lie and they know I'm only doing it for the money, I feel like they'll always think of me when they think of yeast.
I would think of you that way. I would.
Yeasty vag.
Yeah, no. If you did that, I would be like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Ooh,
she's hot, but
really yeasty.
but
Really yeasty.
yeah, this is a
Yeah.
painting.
Yes.
We don't touch it.
No, right. You can
Yeah.
look, but don't touch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just vain. I can't. There's certain things I just can't picture myself doing.
Yeah, because you said some wild things publicly.
Yeah.
Not even for money.
No.
So the idea that
Yeah, but those are the truth.
right. Oh yes, of course.
Right?
Yes.
It's true.
So
It's
if you had a legit yeast problem,
maybe then it would
That'd
be
be a
so
little
scary.
different.
But I
Yeah.
don't, so I'm not gonna pretend I do for money. Right?
that's big of you.
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
no,
Thank
that's
you. Yeah, I've thought about that often. There's a lot of gross things or things for money that I wouldn't do.
I like that you know your line.
Yeah, I
You
have a
know?
line. I like that you don't have a line.
I can't think of what that line would be.
There's no line.
no.
Money's money.
Yeah, I got kids to feed.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
don't
another
care.
one on the way.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What am I?
So to you, you're just like hemorrhoid cream. Cool. College paid for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. And is everything good with the kids? Everything good with the family? Then what difference?
Right.
Oh, but these strangers that you don't know are going to think you're gross. Cool, man. Have a great time with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Don't care.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less.
I auditioned for this like
I mean, do you watch VHS tapes?
fuck you.
Because I seen you on a product going like, this VHS tape is so great. Nicole was on a VHS tape box cover.
With I was supposed to be the kid.
Fujifilm, right?
I
Fujifilm.
don't think it's Fiji.
I think it's Fuji.
Fujifilm.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was like French Canadian in real life, and he's just like as white as you, and then a black girl, and I guess I was the daughter of them because I guess I'm
Not quite placeable.
right.
Yeah.
And we were watching TV very excitedly together. It was like
Right.
very unrealistic. Like no one watches TV like this. This guy the whole time's going, ha, 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 with the clicker, and I was like,
He was making those noises?
Yes, trying to make it look like we were watching something really exciting. And I kept being like, is this for real?
This is not how people watch TV.
No.
But that's what Squid Game's all about.
Yeah.
This is not what
No,
happens.
this is not
But
real.
now we're doing it.
We're doing it. And we're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again, and I can't wait.
I'm so happy
I
for
really... between Squid Game Season 2 getting announced,
Mm-hmm.
Squid Game video game, and then on the video game front, GTA 6 trailer comes out. What a week.
I didn't even see the trailer. Is it sick?
So sick. And now people are putting side-by-side comparisons. because it takes place in Vice City, which is their version of Miami.
Okay.
So they're taking side-by-side comparisons. They made a game that took place in Vice City in 2002, 2003, I think. Or maybe it was later than that, but it was many years ago.
Yeah.
And they're making side-by-side comparisons to what the city looks like now versus then.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah?
It's so good.
I'll just never forget when we went went apple picking because we used to do that a lot together as a family.
Yeah, we did.
And then we got home and Jess and I were gonna make
Didn't we see your husband's like ex? When we went apple picking?
No, we saw his ex-wife, because he was married for half a second, her brother.
Her brother.
It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were just sitting in that restaurant going like...
And he was like, oh God, he's over there. And it was making me angry. Like I was mad at Matt, like he invited him there. Yeah. I was like really pissed at him. I was so mad. But yeah, it was super uncomfortable. But we get home, we're like getting ready to make apple crumble like Susie Homemaker.
That's right.
And you and Matt, I hear you screaming like two little 5-year-olds because you've decided or realized, not decided, you've realized you're able to steal a plane and you did it for an hour and we couldn't get you guys up.
I mean, I don't know what it is about the Biggins. I feel like when you and I get together, we turn into little kids. We're giggling, we're having.
Yes.
But the same thing when me and Matt Biggins get together.
I mean,
it was literally, and I talked about this when we were talking about it with Hot Dog, trying to explain to him how like bizarre, and it was like children showing their mom because you're just playing GTA 5, and that was the moment.
And you called us in
because it was unbelievable.
We couldn't have cared less.
What?
We were just like, this is why. Like, at first we thought something was wrong. You guys are screaming at the top of your lungs. We just stole the plane. Let's do it again.
And we did.
So
because we were in a car, and then we were in the airport.
But like, what made you do it? Do you remember like why you were like?
Because we were just like whatever, tooling around, and we found the airport, right? Like, because when you're GTA, is like it's an open world. Yeah. That's what makes the game so phenomenal.
Right.
It's this open world, and so we're driving around the airport. And I'm like, bro, I think we can get on the tarmac.
Oh, yes, that's what it was. I remember.
think we can get on the tarmac.
Yes.
And we busted through the gate, and we're driving on the tarmac, and the 3 stars come up. Now the cops are after us. And I'm like, oh, my God, we're on the tarmac. And, like, you can't get into a big commercial jet.
Right.
But then I saw, like, a private
PJ.
jet, like a passenger plane or whatever. Like, yeah. And I go, oh, my God. I was like, do you think we can get in that plane? He goes, I'll bet you can. God.
Oh my God.
And I drove up to it. I'll never forget the feeling.
You guys were like,
I drove up to it and I like hit the same button that you steal a car with, and he knocked on it and the door opened and the stairs came out. I was like, oh my God.
What's happening?
And then the cops came and we got in the plane, shut the door. I was like, oh, I started controlling it. The plane started backing up and I went, oh my God.
Yeah.
The cops are like, stop right there. And we
were
start
like, no,
going.
hell
and
no.
then I pull back on the joysticks.
And you're in the air.
And I'm flying over the cops. And I'm like, we're flying over the cops. We're in a plane. We're in a plane. Nicole, Jess, you gotta come see this. You gotta come see this. You guys come running out. And we're sitting there going like, we're in the plane. Look at us. We're over Los Angeles. We're in the plane.
That's what I felt. It's a fuck.
And then we were like, well, how do we get out of the plane now? Do we try to land it? And then so we just jumped out of the plane.
Oh, and just let it keep flying.
And then we let the plane crash into something.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, I remember that
Big
too.
deal. That's fun. But a parachute automatically comes on you when you jump out of the plane.
Yeah, like
so we go, wait a minute, we can parachute down. We can steal a car.
From after you stole the
plane. We can drive it to the airport. We can get another plane.
Let's do it again. Run back.
Loop. It was one of the great video game experiences of my life.
Do you remember there was like a few weeks ago, there was some chick that made the news because she missed her flight. So somehow she got out onto the runway, like out into the tarmac.
No, I didn't see
that. Like that was going to help her. Like she obviously had snapped.
Yeah.
And she's like on the tarmac and she's just like walking towards the plane like she's going to bang on the door and they're going to let her in. She was quickly arrested.
No.
Swiftly taken into custody. But
I don't know. I would think the gumption alone should get her some kind of voucher or something.
She also was excited about getting on the tarmac. It just didn't turn
out.
I'm
on the tarmac. You could just get on the tarmac. This is incredible.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it's
But I don't like that we've got the trailer now and like we have to wait. Well, I'm saying we, like I give a shit. I'm not part of this. You guys have to wait 2 years?
It was a bummer. We have to wait 2 years after we waited 10 years just for the trailer.
I mean, I guess that's nothing compared to the 10 years, but still.
The game came out 10 years ago, and it's another at least 13 months because they said 2025.
But do you think that they're still working on it or it's done and they're just trying to build suspense?
Anticipation is probably more than suspense. But
Suspense is the wrong word.
well, suspense is more like, and what will happen next?
I mean,
anticipation is like, oh, I can't wait. I
feel like it's a little bit of both.
Okay,
And
all right.
what will happen next? We shall steal another plane
Whoa!
and fly it into the circus.
I wonder. Ooh.
Can you like
And
things?
then in the commercial, in the trailer for GTA 6,
yeah?
I got real excited because you know what I saw?
What?
A little passenger plane.
I mean,
I was like, oh, I'm going to be flying the shit out of that.
but did you ever tell anybody that
I wonder if
story?
you can go to Cuba because it's from Miami.
Why specifically Cuba?
It's right by Miami.
Were you able to in the last one?
It wasn't
Isn't
in
it-
Miami.
Where was it?
California.
Oh,
That would take forever.
yeah, that would be a long ride.
I hope
know.
so. I'll fly to Cuba
Did you
if
ever?
possible.
Did you ever tell? Isn't it dangerous?
It's a video game, so it wouldn't be an issue.
Okay, but in real life, like they don't want us there, right?
And you can now. You couldn't for a very long time, but that was because we didn't allow it because they're communist.
Oh, are they still communists?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I mean, now it's like you can get a tourist visa. It's a little bit
Okay.
more doable now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell anybody the story about stealing the plane when it first happened, and then they were like, "Yeah, I've been doing that forever."
Well, it was a thing that it was known that you could
Okay. You just didn't know about it yet.
do that. Yeah, but the game was also, I think, newish,
Okay.
which really does let you know how long we've been hanging,
It's been a minute.
hanging
man.
and banging.
Hanging and banging.
Yes. Speaking of travel woes,
Yes.
I got well.
You blew it.
Okay, all right. I was going to talk about boats, but
No.
we talked about planes,
No, let's first talk about this.
cars.
Let's talk about cars and you being not as good in them as I thought.
Well, I'm great in cars.
Well, not really. I thought that you would never do something as dumb as the things that I've done in my life, and you came close yesterday.
I was in Nicole.
Yeah. Look, give me your address real quick, because he was going to drive over.
Look, I got a lot going on.
I clearly, because you put my address in the GPS, and you ended up in Brooklyn at the same address.
Best I do or die.
I do not live there.
No, you don't live there.
So he texts me, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, great. Sam will be here soon, Matt. So we're all happy.
Let's order the pizza.
Ordered the pizza, nice hot piping pizza, one of my favorite places. I thought you were going to love it.
Right.
And then you said, actually, scratch that. It'll be another 45. And
Which was an underestimate.
Yeah.
It was, and it didn't even say 45 on the GPS.
Yeah, you just, like, made that up?
Yeah. Because look. Because I drove into Manhattan, went in, did the radio show. Go right from Manhattan all the way to Stamford, Connecticut.
Right.
Go in, do a WWE show.
You're in
and
demand.
So you know I get very, very excited when I do my radio show. It's an energy dump. Then
Yes.
I'm literally going to WWE to hang out with wrestlers and do a show about wrestling figures.
Heaven.
Energy dump.
Suck dry.
Yeah, right? Then I drive all the way back home.
Yeah.
Have my first meal of the day at that point.
I hate that you eat to live because
I
I
do
live to eat.
No,
like
eat
you
to
do
live.
not care about that as long as like
Sustenance.
Yes.
Sustenance. And then I have an hour at home. The kids get home. I finally get to spend some time with my children,
Your babies.
my offspring. And then I'm like, okay. And then we get in the car because you and I were meeting up so we could go do Robert Kelly's You Know What Dude podcast, which
So fun.
should be out soon. And so then I had texted you what's your address, and I just kind of sloppily, 3333, whatever.
No, just tell everybody where I live. Or just tell them the address.
Yeah.
No, but
Well, I called you at.
Yeah, no, but the thing is you've been to my house like multiple times.
I have been to your place.
It's been a minute, but you were there this summer.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I've been.
Didn't you notice when you were
Okay,
driving,
so-
this doesn't look right?
First of all, I didn't notice much of anything.
Clearly.
By the time I got in the car, I went full Steve Carell. If we're going into a lake, we're going into a lake.
Yeah, the GPS
Which,
says
by
turn
the
left
way,
into the river.
You
And
got it.
went.
The machine says turn here.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
It does speak to my personal fears of machine takeover, because clearly
You let that
we've all become too reliant on machines. It's not just me.
you let that bad boy go. He took fully over.
Okay. Yeah, so I go look, I'm in there. I'm not paying attention to anything. This is how not paying attention to things I was. What I was listening to
Was
a documentary on YouTube about the breakup of the Spice Girls.
you should never have admitted that to me or to anybody. I'm just being honest. The fact that you just allowed that to just freely come out of your
That's what
mouth.
I was watching. I mean, I wasn't actively looking at it, but that's what I was taking in.
And that was the thing
Apparently,
that distracted you from coming to my home.
Apparently, Scary Spice and Ginger Spice may have had a love affair.
I did hear that.
I heard about it yesterday.
And who initiated the love affair?
Well,
was it a mutual munch, or was it was there one would often?
It was one of those friendships that blossomed.
Okay.
Right? So I think it was a mutual thing, and there were theories.
A mutual munch.
A mutual munch. And there are theories that they broke up because Scary Spice got engaged to a man.
Right. And then she was like, what the fuck?
Jerry had had enough at that point. But so
she missed the munch.
She missed the munch. I am fully not focused on anything at this point. I've already depleted my energy.
Well, now it makes sense.
And I have to get it back. That's the way it works. You deplete your energy. You can't do anything. You have to allow it to recharge.
You had your head in 2 Spice Girls vaginas, and that's why you did not get to my house.
No, I was thinking about it, though.
It was in there.
It's a lot. It's very complicated. It's not just about the love affair.
You wore them like a hat. You just...
Girl power was a big deal.
I'm aware.
Okay. So then I'm driving down. I'm going down like not highways that take you to Manhattan.
No.
But I'm going. It's probably holiday traffic.
No.
Right? They're looping me away from the FDR. They're looping me away from the West Side Highway. They're looping me away from all these spots. I have no idea.
And Matt's going, he's lying, Nicole. Like, you're going to believe this idiot? He's lying. He thought you were at my door making this up.
So then I start going through side streets. And I'm like, oh, I guess they must have dropped me off at some weird spot. And then, like, as it's
You're
like...
a smart man,
I know.
Sam.
And this is when it was like, you'll be there in 10 minutes. And I was like...
Will I?
I need to... I figured out by that point, I'm in Brooklyn.
I live nowhere near Brooklyn.
Nowhere. You live on Manhattan Island.
I mean,
this was the trick for me. Okay?
Okay.
Manhattan's called Manhattan Island. I've not crossed a bridge to get to Manhattan.
Correct.
And there's nothing on the GPS that has me crossing a bridge anytime soon.
Did you feel... Like, does that give you anxiety once you realize where you, like, that would have gone into meltdown mode? Like, the plan got messed up.
No, I went, wait. And then I just typed your address back into GPS, and it took me to a whole different spot.
Yeah,
and I went, fuck.
Also,
and I said, this is what it is. And you know that, because then I texted you, and I was like, look, this is what is happening. And then you called, because you were like, what are you even talking about? And I heard Matt, your husband, in the background going... Be gentle to my wife.
Yes.
She's slow. Don't say these things because she believes you, Sam. He's shouting that.
Yes.
And I go, Nicole, just tell him I'm in Brooklyn. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You heard me talking. I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
I would have been crying. If the positions were reversed, I would have had tears streaming down my face. The plan got messed up. I'm not going to get that QT with you before we go down to do Bobby's podcast. Like, and you just were like, I'll be back. I'll be back when I can.
I'll be there when I'm there.
I'll be there when I'm there.
I have it on the GPS. We left early. We're going to lose the QT time, but we'll still be on time for the podcast.
Right.
I'll still come and scoop you up.
You did.
We'll survive this.
Yeah, we did. We got through it together.
But yes. But what really, so like on Friday, so this was all happening on Tuesday.
Yes.
On Friday, I went into Brooklyn because SmackDown was at the Barclays Center.
Oh, so maybe that was like still the Brooklyn vibe was.
Mm-hmm. So the roads are familiar.
Right, okay.
Just for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. It's just something I would do, not something
And there was a
do.
rage. And I'm usually pretty, when I drove past the Barclays Center, because I was in traffic on Friday at the Barclays Center.
I don't live near Barclays.
I was just at the Barclays on Friday. Why am I in traffic at the Barclays again? And who puts an arena in the middle of Brooklyn?
It's one of the dumbest things.
It's not built for an arena.
Never in my life. It's really not. It's the last place on the planet that's built for an arena.
It took me so long to park the car.
I'm so sorry.
And now I'm driving past Barclays again.
And then you got to my house. You parked in a fucking garage, which was dumb.
Look.
For half a second. I love you for it.
I wanted to get out of the car.
I know.
And just go to your spot.
You needed a breather.
I'm not going around the block looking for a parking space. It's not happening.
I would have just left the hazards on, just left it on, the car on.
Everything's gone wrong.
Yes, so that would probably
'Cause
someone
here's-
would steal your car.
It's that kind of night where it's like, oh, we're gonna be towing this car now.
Okay.
It was that kind of night.
I got you.
All right.
Yeah,
You got to know when you're licked.
Yeah, you were licked.
I got beat. The night beat me. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is fight a losing battle. Instead, let the night win. They got this one. You can't win them all.
Mm-hmm.
The night got that one. Let me not let that get in the way of us hanging out
Right.
and going to do the podcast.
Right. We did get what we needed to get accomplished. You are right.
Because I win the war.
You did win the war.
The night won the battle.
Yes.
But that's a battle.
Right.
I don't mind losing it. I'll always win the war. I got home so fast.
Did you?
No traffic. Late at night.
I think I asked you to text me when you got home, like I was your mama, and you didn't. So I'm glad you did text me when I texted you something that I needed to tell you today.
I texted you back.
You did text me back, so that's how I knew you were safe.
Yeah.
But I don't ever disobey me again.
I forgot that you'd even say. I had a lot going on.
I know. You were licked. The Spice Girls were licked. There was a lot of
The whole
lickage.
thing had happened.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. But I hope it did make you feel good.
Yeah, like I'm not the only moron on this planet.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Because you got to get some wins too.
The thing is, that will probably never something like that will never happen again, and it will continue to happen to me each and every day.
Right.
Not that specific thing, but something equally dumb.
Right.
Because that's just the life I live.
Right. Whereas you're going to be like, yeah, but remember that time you went to Brooklyn by mistake? I'm like, yeah, what do you want to call the newspaper? Big deal.
Never letting you live that down. That's all I got.
Right. I know.
All I got.
And every time you do it, I'm going to be like, yeah, big deal. So? All right. Whatever.
Still won.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
The night won. You didn't win. Not you. The night.
The night.
And if I got to slip a guy $20 to leave my car right by your big deal.
Yeah. I mean, you're a high roller.
20 to you. I'm getting 600 for that hemorrhoids commercial. So it's not
Better
an issue.
be getting more. I mean, I'll be your agent.
I
600 is not
appreciate
nearly
that.
enough.
I appreciate that.
Okay, good.
I appreciate that. Yeah. No, I'll tell you. And look, I'll tell you who got licked.
Who?
Not in the Spice Girls way.
Who? Oh, okay.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I got like an itchy nose.
You
Like
having a good time?
No, I wish. Something just got into my nose. A little dust.
I was so happy to receive this message from multiple people.
Okay.
I love that that people have kind of figured out what the things are that make me laugh.
Yes.
Because I got this video sent to me multiple times, and it really did bring a smile to my face.
Did I send it?
I don't remember if you
Okay,
sent
let
it
me
or
see.
not.
What do we got?
Did you send me this?
I don't think so.
It says,
Oh,
it's the greatest. Like, literally, this is the type of thing where
this is your jam right
when
here.
I am in Brooklyn and I'm like, well, now it's an extra hour on my night.
Right.
This shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Let me put on the cruise video
Okay.
and feel better. The caption says, when you miss your cruise by 20 minutes. Look at this useless luggage. Look at all their luggage.
It's that mismatched.
They got no place to put it. There's no vehicle to put it on.
What happened? What happened?
My booking number is 4, V as in Victor, G as in George, Q as
Look at it. You
It's
can
pulling
see
away?
it. You can see it. It's moving.
First of all, I mean, listen, I've been on a cruise before, and
Look at her.
Yeah.
She's so sad.
I mean, you look forward to it because it's like, if you've ever been on one, it's kind of like a bunch of mini vacations. It's a cool experience. It's not for everybody, but like if you planned everything and it's this whole big like lead up, and there is no like, I'll get another flight. It's like that's pulling away. You're done. The vacation's not happening for you.
Yeah, that's not just missing a plane.
Right.
That's your plane,
Right.
your hotel,
Right. It's gone.
and
Bye.
your beach,
Yes.
and your pool,
All the things.
and your restaurant,
Yes.
and everything.
and your
They're
midnight
all
buffets.
right. It's all leaving.
What is she reading? Is she like on the phone trying to like
Trying to figure out like what can we do about this?
get like a puddle jumper or something to bring you?
You would probably have to take I'm sure, yeah, you'd get on a plane
It happens.
to where their port is.
Yeah.
At their expense.
Right.
Which
There's
is
no-
awesome.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
I'm sure there's
And I mean, unless it's like what are they going to do? Fly to the port now? It looks like, well, I can't tell. Do you think the cruise is leaving, like to go back home, or do you think the cruise is leaving?
this feels like they're just getting there to embark on their trip.
That's what I thought too. This
Yes.
doesn't feel beachy,
No,
right? It
we're
feels
not
like
there
it's
yet.
leaving Miami,
It's leaving the port.
or
Yeah.
Florida, or
That's where
wherever.
yeah, that's where a lot
I was
of
going to say
them
Orlando, but that's a little tough to have a cruise leaving Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando's-
slightly landlocked.
A little.
Uh,
Even I know that. I'm really proud.
Yeah, that's how. But so it's gonna take what, on average, 2 days to get to port?
Yeah.
So even if they fly out right now, what are they just going to sit in the Bahamas for 2 days waiting?
I wouldn't hate that.
You missed the whole boat.
You did miss the whole boat.
That's what you're paying for. And by the way, there's not an all-inclusive
no
anything.
Zero.
If you're going to the Bahamas today,
You're fucked.
yeah, you're paying for your hotel because
Yeah.
the hotel's on a boat.
Right. And you might get lost if you leave your parents and go on the water slides.
You don't want to go to Atlantis.
No.
These kids disappear.
They just
But
gone.
you're paying for your food. You're paying
Yeah.
everything because
Yeah.
the all-inclusive stuff, it's
But this would be okay. The tiers are amazing,
the best.
but I'd be way cooler if they were running.
I would love to see them running, but this woman is what does it
It's
for
a
me.
woman. I thought it was a dude.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I don't, I don't assume gender on people.
No, I don't either. But it just feels that's I don't know. That was the vibe I got.
It could be a dude for sure. Yeah.
That is a lot of tears.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. I mean, these two, I'm glad that they're missing their cruise. Just
Right.
because people missing their cruise is just,
The funniest thing that could ever happen.
it's great.
We know.
People missing their cruise is
Makes your day.
it's unbelievable. But this individual
Specifically.
freaking out, it's like, homie, you did this.
Yeah, to yourself. This is your fault. You misplanned. You didn't.
You
You,
did
hit
this.
the snooze button on your fucking cell phone. When
It's
it
all
rang.
inclusive. All you gotta do is get there.
It's not really that hard. Yeah, you have one job.
One job.
Get there. One job. You're right.
Once
One,
you get on a boat, they'll take care of the rest.
everything. It's lovely. It's fun.
It's like Outback, no rules, just right.
Wait, what about the three? Okay.
Booking number is 4.
Tipping over the suitcase.
Victor, G
I wanna hear
as
more.
in George,
Look at it move.
Q as in
Bye.
S as in X-ray, Q as in quick.
Also, who's taping? Who's filming? 'Cause
Somebody who's got
it's mean.
the greatest sense of humor. Just somebody who realizes there's a gift. Look at
Oh,
that's got to be those aren't man's pants.
I don't know.
I don't know male
You know,
or female who would wear those.
I
pants.
don't really care. If you're gonna wear those pants, you don't deserve to be on that cruise.
Do you see them walking towards the boat as if that's going to do a goddamn thing at this point?
They're just looking at it.
Because they're helpless. They're like,
Yeah.
there has to be something I can do here.
Listen, whenever you miss something or mess up something, like it's the worst feeling. Obviously, a cruise is like a big deal. So, but like, if
Like when
ever-
you drive to Brooklyn
yeah, that
instead of Manhattan,
right?
Yeah.
Or have you ever shown up to like an event, like a sporting event or something? And I showed up to a concert once with the ticket to the wrong day, and they wouldn't let me in, obviously, because I didn't really.
I mean, I had look. There was a time that we were traveling for Jim and Sam.
Yeah,
And I was in the car with Troy and Hot Dog.
I think I remember some of these stories.
And we were driving to Montreal.
Yes. Okay.
And I was in maybe Albany. Is that on the way to Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Buffalo is really close.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
in
So
that
I
whole
was in
area.
we were about 3 hours in.
Okay.
And like we stopped to get gas.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, I just grabbed my passport and opened it. It was my son's passport. And he was a baby.
You
It
don't
was-
look. Yeah, it wouldn't fly.
It was not my passport. And I was like,
Could you just look? I mean, it is my spawn. Like it kind of look. Like,
my seminal fluid made
yeah,
this.
your seminal fluid did make.
No. And that's when I was like, I did exactly what I did with you.
Yeah.
Just here's the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Boys, this road trip just got a lot longer.
So what did you do all the way home?
I had my wife meet me at the Palisades.
So you went halvesies, or did
It
you
wa-
go
it was-
first further?
No, it was like,
Was she like fuck you? Because that would have been me being like, you know what? Sorry, sucks for you. I would have been that mad.
she's a little, why would you have been mad?
Because I get in trouble all the time when we travel. Like he's always like, oh, you forgot this.
She wasn't even going though.
I just would have been annoyed.
Okay.
Because I'm always yelled at and like held to this like standard that like I should be grown up and responsible.
Sure.
And then when I don't when I forget something, he gets all over me. So I would be like, well,
No, my relationship's not as toxic as yours. So
so she came.
yeah, so I was like, just come to the Palisades.
Were the boys pissed at you?
Yeah, but I was like, they tried to, they did this. They were like, I can't believe you do this. And it was just like, well, believe it. This is the situation we're in.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is the thing that just happened.
Yeah. Sorry.
We're driving to the Palisades, which is, an hour and a half that way. And then we're going to double back. And Montreal is going to take 10 hours
That's
today.
when you just got I would have been like, I need a drink. Get me a roadie.
Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But this is what's happening.
This is what's happening.
Tell me what the other option is. Like, because I get it. Like, that's in the, like, walking towards the ship there.
Yeah.
Is that moment where your first click in is, how do I fix this? How do I fix this?
Right.
But, like, if I'm in Brooklyn instead of Manhattan, if I realize I have a baby's passport instead of my passport. It's like,
How did that happen?
I just grabbed a passport.
You don't just grab a passport.
That's exactly what I did.
But it's just very bizarre.
There's a stack of passports.
More people than just you in the
I was
house.
like, you know what? Mine's got to be the top.
Oh,
You know what? It wasn't.
gamble. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't at the top.
It was actually your son's.
And I was like, but this is the situation we're in. This
Right.
is what just happened.
You have different birthdays, so that was definitely not going to work.
And he's a baby.
He's a baby.
Especially at that time, he was a baby. And there's a picture of a baby.
I like the way that you said baby. He's a
A
baby.
picture of a baby.
A little baby.
Yeah, this is a
very
baby.
sexual the way you say that.
I appreciate that.
A little baby.
I appreciate that.
Wait a minute. What about the cruise that was just
I mean, it's great.
canceled? The 3-year cruise. All I saw was someone. They did an interview on the news about this person. They were weeping, the couple, because they sold. They sold well, just like that.
Yeah.
They sold their house to go on this. First mistake.
Okay, well, okay.
Dumb.
I was thinking about this, right? So the story is, it's called the Life at Sea Cruise,
Right.
right? Because the idea is this cruise is going to embark on this amazing trip.
Right.
7 continents,
That was pretty cool, man.
135 countries, 375 ports.
Awesome.
It's a 3-year cruise.
That's when you cry like that if you miss that.
right.
Right?
Well, we can get you a year and a half from now. 18 months, we could probably pick you up somewhere.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right now, that's a goner.
Yeah. But so I go, okay, I guess I could see selling the house.
Right.
Because you go, well, I don't know what I'm going to be doing 3 years from now. Because maybe you don't want the house to just sit there for 3 years. You might as well make your money back and not have to upkeep a house that you're not going to be in for 3 years.
You're right. But
you should probably rent the house instead of selling it.
Right. I would say rent it, or I don't know, like sublet. Can you? Yeah, it's the same
Airbnb?
thing. Right. You're right. I would do something like that, because also when you're at sea, are you going to want to be dealing with that? Because eventually you're going to have to deal with the time when it's time to come home.
We're not worried about that.
I'm-
That's 3 years from now. Who knows what's going to be happening? Maybe the boat will sink. Who knows?
Could happen.
And if the boat's going to sink, I'd rather have the cash in my pocket than in that house.
Huge iceberg.
Right.
There's only
It's
one door to lay on.
It's happened before.
It has.
You could have fit 2 people on that door, by the way.
You said you'll never let go, Jack, but you let go.
Well, you did.
You
But
fucking blew it.
there was room for 2 people.
There 100% was.
Wood is buoyant.
That whole thing annoyed me. I think it obviously annoyed everyone else, but this is besides the point, because that wasn't exactly a cruise. I guess the Titanic was like the first cruise.
Titanic was a luxury boat for the time.
I wonder how much smaller it is or was compared to like a really big
Oh
cruise
yeah,
now.
I mean like the Royal Caribbean
Yeah.
boats are insane.
That's
now.
what I used to go on.
So I've never been on a cruise. I would go on a cruise.
A lot of people say, like Matt thinks it's a vile. The Morning Mashup boys that I do my show with, they are like, if I can't see where there's no land, if I can't see land, I don't want that. I don't want to feel seasick. Do you get seasick?
I don't know. I've never been on a cruise.
Have you ever been like on a boat?
Yeah, I've been on a pontoon boat.
And did that make you nauseous?
No.
Okay, well you're so bad.
It ruled.
Stomach goes steel.
Just driving that pontoon boat down Ken Lake,
Ken Lake?
Paducah, Kentucky.
I want you to take me to Kentucky once.
I'll take you to Kentucky.
Do you think they would like me there?
They would love you
I feel like
in
I'm
Kentucky.
very different from Kentucky folks.
No, but you're very like. No,
No?
you would be great.
All right, let's do
They
it.
would love you because you're not afraid to
Okay.
get your hands dirty.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And you'll say things.
Yeah.
You say outlandish
I
things.
do.
And they like that.
Okay.
Okay?
All
You
right.
would do great.
All right,
You would do great.
Good.
So this cruise, and the cruise itself cost $562,000.
It's a lot of money.
So that's why people are like, let me sell this
my
house.
Okay. I did not know how much. That's
So
a
I
lot
can
of
afford
money.
this cruise, and this will basically be my house for 3 years. Because it's
Wondering-
also all inclusive, I
Wonder
guess.
if- yeah, it is. I wonder if there was like a payment plan you could do too. Because like, how many people just like have like $500,000 lying around?
No, that's true. That's why one lady sold her house.
Yeah. Okay.
So after the houses were sold and everything, they took the money,
Yeah.
and the thing was supposed to go on November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
They said that's when the cruise sets sail for 3 years. See you in 2026.
So weird.
Except then November 1st, they were like, we're going to postpone this cruise.
For what reason?
We got to get all our stuff sorted. It's going to leave real soon.
I hope that that's not the way the what is it when you have like a press up? I hope that's the guy. It didn't sound like that. The press.
We're going to get
conference.
everything sorted out.
We're gonna just not right now.
We're just working on a couple things.
Sorry.
You give us a second.
Or a few seconds.
So then November 17th comes, and And the company goes, the company CEO, who I guess had resigned like a couple days before, goes, this cruise is canceled.
Why?
We don't have a boat.
What?
You didn't have a boat.
Again, you had
They didn't have a
one
boat.
job.
They didn't have a boat.
Secure the boat.
Because they go like this. They said, first we were trying to get a boat, and we realized it wasn't big enough. They sold more cabins than the boat had. So it's like, okay, let's not buy that boat. Again, you would think first you buy the boat, then you sell the cabins.
Wait, so you said they said that we didn't have a boat, but they had a boat, but not enough rooms.
They had a plan to buy a boat.
But they never bought the boat?
They did not buy it.
Oh, good Lord.
It's my understanding.
Okay.
My understanding is they had a plan to buy a boat.
Right.
That boat's available. They sold cabins. That boat didn't have that many cabins.
Kind of like when you call someone, you're like, yeah, I just closed this deal, I just signed this contract, or they just like accepted a deal or accepted,
As we all know.
You got it ain't over till the fat lady sings, till you sign the contract,
right.
till it's like,
hey, don't worry, negotiations are going good. We're on the 1 yard line. Have you heard that one before?
No,
I
like
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, we're on the 1 yard line. That means we're almost done. A month later, no, we're still on that 1 yard line. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
You don't put the carriage before the horse.
You do not do such a thing.
No.
What the fuck's the matter with you?
Well,
this is gonna be a huge lawsuit, by the way.
So, and they're trying. Wait till you hear how they're trying to avoid the lawsuit.
Oh no.
So they go, we don't have that boat. We can't buy that boat because we won't have enough cabins.
Okay.
We oversold.
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Then there was a bigger boat. I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Okay.
And so they go for the bigger boat, and they're like, here's our bid. And then one of these other cruise companies, maybe Royal Caribbean, maybe someone,
Carnival.
maybe it was Carnival,
Yeah.
sweeps in and goes, we're going to go ahead and buy that boat. And the boat people are like, it's yours.
Without saying, like, can you counter offer?
Life at Sea Cruise is like, well, what about our boat?
No life
we
at
don't
sea.
have a boat.
No life at sea.
And they're like, you got to find a boat. Like, you would think they just had a boat from the beginning. Like, you would think that the idea of the cruise starts with the boat. What are we going to do with this boat? We should do a cruise.
I don't understand how people have like jobs, like high paying jobs. It's like, there's a company that did this and this got by a bunch of morons.
That would explain why the CEO resigned right before this announcement was made. And then even though they don't have a boat or a CEO,
oh my God,
another representative has come forward saying, I don't know why he said it was canceled.
It's not.
It's not. We're going to do it in May.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Meanwhile, some of these people already sold their house. They got no place to live.
And also, do you know what we're going to do it in May means?
No.
Don't ask for a refund.
Right. And then when it gets to May and we realize...
They don't have a boat.
Correct. But
they got 6 months. They figure, let's just give ourselves a nice 6-month buffer to figure it out.
Where
are they going to find a boat?
I don't know how boat buying, selling, rentals work, but I thought that this was a boat that was built for this.
You would think it would be built for this.
Like for a 3-year cruise, I feel like has to have different types of like amenities or different types of different types of employees. Like it's a different beast than a normal cruise.
I don't think that's a silly thought at all.
Okay,
Nicole.
thank you. Thank you.
I think that's a decent thought.
Yeah.
I would first go, my idea is to have a 3-year cruise. Let's build a boat.
Right.
Their thing was, we should do a 3-year cruise. Let's sell some tickets.
And then think about the boat after.
That's right.
So right now, as like where we are right now,
no boat, no CEO.
But May is when it is happening.
That's why I saw a video of one of the guys saying, I don't know why he said that. We're doing it in May.
I would be, we would need like Jim to write to the CEO because doesn't Jim?
There is no CEO.
Oh, well, I thought there was the other guy, whatever, the other representative.
Someone.
Some dude.
I think, Jim would handwrite letters to multiple people in the company to make sure that everybody saw it. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Well, when
predictable corporate rigidity.
Yes. What I'm infamous for. We were in the studio once and something on like the console like, in the studio wasn't working and like our engineering guys like were not coming.
Yeah.
So I started emailing a raging email like we're trying to do our job. Well, I thought I was writing just to the engineers, but I ended up emailing the whole engineering department of all of SiriusXM. So I wrote to like Rob Briskman, who like launched our satellites. He's like an old man. Like everybody got my email.
Our phones don't work.
What the fuck? This button is not routed properly, and we're just trying to do our job. It was bad. It went to hundreds of people that had nothing to do with.
Did you get in trouble?
No.
Because
close. They thought it was funny because it was obviously a mistake, but like engineering is not just like the guys that come and like help us quickly fix things in the studio. It's a much larger department.
I mean, do you remember trying to get engineering to help during the night show? Were you ever around?
Yes.
When we were on at night?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You don't remember the famous quote though, do you?
No.
So I'm sitting there, right? It's like 11 o'clock at night, and you definitely weren't there because I remember I was by myself.
Which made it even worse. Why wasn't I there? I feel like I was always there for you.
You were, but I didn't know the computers were just going to go out, right? So like the whole system just goes down. So like I can't go to the phones, but I also can't go to break. Like I can't turn the show off.
What did you do?
So I go like,
did you win that war?
That battle I did not win.
It's okay.
But I won the war eventually.
Okay.
Because I got a great quote, and I've repeated this story many times.
What is
right?
it?
Okay. So I'm going, and the engineer walks into the control room. Remember, we had a separate control room.
Yeah.
And our producer Adrian was in there.
Oh, Adrian.
Adrian, right?
I loved him.
And he was trying his damnedest.
Yeah,
he was a hard worker.
He really was. He was great.
Yes, especially because we were out there on an island.
Totally.
You know? And so the engineer goes in, and I can see Adrian explaining to him like with animation, like with fervor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gesticulating.
Yes, because he knew it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I see the engineer walk out. And Adrian? Yeah, boss. What happened in there? The engineer left.
And
I go, well, what happened? And he goes, well, I told him everything shut down and we couldn't manage anything. And I go, what did he say? And Adrian went, he said, it's a computer, and left.
Well, wait, okay. That is amazing.
So I was like, wait. It's a computer.
Does that mean that they need to call IT? Because sometimes that's... Okay.
No.
Okay.
It was like, this is what computers do.
And Adrian took that, was like, okay, thank you, sir.
No, he was befuddled. He was like, what? And the guy just left.
So then what did you do?
I said that became a motto of the show.
It's a computer.
It's a computer. Like anytime anything went wrong, anytime we needed help, anytime we needed anything from anyone, it's a computer. It's a computer.
So it's a computer or it's the computer?
Nope.
It's a computer.
Meaning, what do you expect?
Okay.
Of course this happened. It's a computer.
So how did the rest of the show go, or did you have to stop?
Well, eventually we just had to like restart and start. Like we had to just do it on the air as part of the show.
I feel like I let you down.
Well, you didn't know. And you were pregnant and hosting a morning show.
Whatever, though, I still feel.
You were there a lot.
Okay.
Not that day.
But you needed me that day.
It's a computer.
It's a computer.
It's a computer.
Thank you.
And he left.
We've been having a lot of people, like, we'll call someone, like an engineer, and then they'll say something's wrong, and then they'll say, oh, well, we got to route you here. And so then they'll send us to someone else, like in D.C., and then we tell them what's going on, and they're like, all right, you need to be connected to this person. They like connect us right back to who we just were on. There's a lot of that happening right now.
And you're like a big show.
Yeah, like I'm like, you need to.
It's a computer happened when Sam Roberts' show was just us.
It's a computering.
It's a computering. Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man?
Sometimes they walk in and they don't understand. Well, why don't you know how to do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why aren't you hosting the show?
And I feel like they always are judging. The engineers will come in and look at you like, you like idiot. Like, you can't figure this out.
Jimmy Fallon playing the company computer guy on SNL was probably the best character he did on SNL.
1,000,000%.
Move!
Yes.
I'm like,
so right.
That's it.
They're angry. They're all bitter.
Right.
And like, listen, I feel like if there's any of our SiriusXM engineers that are listening right
Shout
now
out
or
to
watching,
them, by the way.
love you guys.
For you that said it's a computer.
It's a computer.
You suck.
But some of them really are just like, they look at you like we're like incompetent.
When
like,
you find a good one, though?
they're the best.
The best.
Like Paul, the little guy Paul,
yeah,
Mars.
Paul's good. Mars has been our guy from the beginning.
But there's some guys that are Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Like you, like incompetent moron.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a Sirius engineer over here.
You did?
Back in the day, like hooking it up to connect to Sirius. Yeah.
I had an engineer come in and set us up for the podcast.
I took all the equipment out though because I rearranged everything.
Oh, really?
Plus, I didn't need them tapping it anymore. We're good.
Well, I had one of them when it was a pandemic come to set us up with an ISDN and everything, and I wanted to fuck him.
You did?
I don't remember his name, but I was like, Matt was like, dude, this guy's, and he came like a few times. I kept like coming up with reasons to make him come over.
Oh no,
He's so hot.
Was he tall?
He was tall. He was hot.
I gotta meet this guy.
I don't remember. I can figure out who it is.
This feels very much like an adult film.
Yeah, it's how it starts. He comes to help with my equipment.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're in the equipment room and he is penetrating you, but you just have your head out the door talking to your husband, going like, no, we're fine.
Everything's fine.
We're
in
fine.
there.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And then you explain to your daughter what happened.
Some seminal fluid.
That's it.
Erupted.
Wow.
And then a baby was made.
What a great education.
Right?
What a great education. What a satisfying experience this has been.
Is it done?
Yeah, bro.
Are we done?
We're deep in.
I just love you.
Yeah.
Can we just like do this every day?
I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to.
All right, let's work on that.
Let's work on that.
Yeah.
You know what would help? If you guys think that we should do that every day, subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel. Watch every week.
Yes.
Every Thursday morning.
Tell your friends, moms,
That's
hairdressers, sister.
That's right. Keep an eye out for the You Know What Dude podcast. We'll be popping up there soon.
We had fun.
Yeah, it was great. And follow us across the board on social media.
Yeah, man.
Satisfying podcast, satisfying pod.
So satisfying.
We'll see you soon.